Hi, I'm Steven Harts, and you're watching Where You Been on MadameNoire.com.
All the time, I've begun to take the long way home, just so I can be alone to think of how to say.
Since my Troop days, I've been writing and producing songs for various artists in the music business. Developing artists and developing my own production company, entertainment company, Motel Music Media. Troop started in 1984. I just turned 14. We grew up in Pasadena High School, and I was a local popular guy for imitating Michael Jackson. I used to go around and perform and doing mic everywhere, and there was a group of guys called Rodney Benford and his group that also performed locally, and they went on a lip-sync TV show called Putting on the Hits, and they won. And from that show, a producer by the name of Greg Perret called and wanted to know if the group could really sing. And Rodney, he came, and got me like, Steve, man, I know you're doing your thing, man, but you think you want to be in the group? And I was like, heck yeah, you kidding me? So anyway, that's how the group started, right there in high school in Pasadena. Well, we made a couple decisions that were detrimental to our careers. We were signed to a production company that was signed to the label, and once we got familiar with publishing and mechanical royalties and things of that nature, we presented that knowledge to the production company we were signed to, and we just wanted to negotiate a better situation, because they were getting half of our publishing, yet they didn't write songs or anything. So, we had the meeting with them, and they told us, read your contract. They were like straight cut and dry, no anything. So that was the first thing that happened that started the downfall of Troop as far as our business. And after that, a lot of dissension and jealousy got in between the group, mainly the two lead singers. And it was hard for us to make it past the 2 years that we waited, trying to get away from that production company. It took us 2 years in litigation to get out. And within that time, Boyz II Men came out, Jodeci came out, and when Jodeci came out, forget it. All that dancing and on the ground worming and pop locking, all that was over with, Yeah, of course. Of course. The worst deal on the planet, but the best deal on the planet, you know what I mean? And there's really nothing much you can do about it when you're nobody. But after a couple million records, when you call a meeting and sit down with somebody, you expect for them to have a little more respect for you. But it didn't happen for Troop, and that was exactly our downfall, a janky contract. We got back together. Rodney B, the founding member of the group, gave me a call, and so of course I went to his house, and we were just chopping it up. I hadn't spoke to him in several years. And from there, we decided maybe we should, because growing up, we thought that 30s and 40 was old. We were really deceived in thinking that our heyday was 18 to 23. So, I'm just as young as I was when I was in Troop out of high school, so that was the main reason for us getting back together, because we're still young. And I'm 10 times better singer than what I was then. Just everything's better now. So that was the main reason for us getting back together. Oh, not at all, man. I'm best friends with Ralph Tresvant. Troop, New Edition, they're Troop's fathers, young fathers, big brothers, you might want to say. And we have respect. We've always respected everybody. But like I said, when it's time to get on stage, if we're on the same show with you, we won't speak until after the show. I think it comes along with being young and making decisions without thinking early in your life. that don't go away. They kind of linger on as you mature and get older. Even once you get into a different mindset, those things still seem to follow you. I think he'll be okay. You know, it just comes along with the territory. One of my best friends, Bobby Brown, he had a lot of, you know, trouble following him and stuff. It's just certain superstars attract a certain energy, you know, and it just is what it is, you know. You create your own circumstances, you know, from the decisions you make. So, you know, he's maturing. Chris is a great guy. He's really, really a loving, good guy. So he, you know, he'll be fine. Well, I co-wrote and co-produced the first song that was ever retired on 106 in Park, a song called "Naked" by Marcus Houston. There wasn't a song that could move it out of the #1 spot, so they had to retire it. People might not know that. They might not know I wrote and produced B2K's first big hit, "Gots to Be," and their second big hit, "Why I Love You." I wrote that, co-produced it with my friend Troy Taylor. "Just Can't Live Without You" was pretty big for Charlie Wilson. I co-wrote that. Let Me Put You Up on Game. Aretha Franklin and Fantasia wrote and co-produced that as well. A lot of people don't know that in the movie Dreamgirls, you know the scene where the little kids are doing like a Jackson 5 thing? That's me actually singing the little kids.
See your smiley face, the teacher tried to call on me, but I can't concentrate.
Vocals on that, so I thought that was funny. My politically correct answer is, I think that music changes with time. I think each generation can only put out what they've received. And I think that it's kind of watered down in the sense of people are getting away from traditional R&B rather than advancing traditional R&B. They're kind of putting it to the side, saying, you know, this pop or this trap music, this is better, when R&B is pop. You know what I mean? Now, my real answer is, I think it sucks. I think there's only a few people that are upholding traditional R&B, hands off to them. I don't think that enough of real traditional R&B artists, writers, and producers are taking enough stand for R&B as far as the music that they produce on artists. And that's hard to do when it's not your artist. When a record company sends you Chris Brown, you know, the best R&B I could give was my rendition of "Ready for the World." You know, here we are all alone in this room. That's "Ready for the World." Chris Brown's generation has no idea that that's "Ready for the World," you know. But I was saying that to say that you can only sneak so much of that traditional R&B in on these new cats, you know. So that's why I'm releasing my own albums and developing my own artists, because I don't have to answer to anybody at this point. I'm my own label, and I'm keeping it real to the people who made me: Michael Jackson, Howard Hewitt, Charlie Wilson, Kool and the Gang, Denise Williams, Gladys Knight, Stevie Wonder, Tom Brown, Shaka Khan. The list goes on and on. I can name you 4 people right now that are the main people you hear on the radio right now. You know what I mean? So we've come from being the ancient Egyptians musically to not even existing. So that's how I feel about R&B.